Sorry, guys. I wanted to do a 7D core array. Put that to the side. It's actually taking on some interesting characteristics. So let's try this out. We're going to do a 3-dimensional test in attempting to go back to July 4th, 1776. I'm going to use this. Oh, that's interesting. Doesn't want to stick. It's a piece of leather. I'm trying to stick tape to leather. You guys got to pay attention to all the data that's coming through at this point, because everything we might miss, because who knows, we might only get one atom to come through from July 4th, 1776. This is everything is data. Everything you're seeing, every second of the screen, we don't know where. Of course, this is highly theoretical. Most likely nothing is happening at all. I'm just letting you know, based on my theories, maybe we get one atom to temporally tunnel from that date without doing it. Because there's different ways you can time travel. Of course, I could do the research, but what are we researching right now? Right now, everybody focus. This is the time to focus. I need all hands on deck. All hands on deck. We're attempting a time travel to July 4th, 1776, the day independence was declared. So if anyone spots any sort of temporal tunneling from that date, at least one person should be beyond highly theoretical. This is come on. This is most likely not going to work at all, but I'm just saying if we have a shot at it working. July 4th. It's going to require all of us, because you have to think the July 4th, the entire universe was at July 4th, so we might not even spot anything we know, but it should come through from data that we can recognize, because the fourth dimension is using our imagination to temporally tunnel. Okay. So now that we have July 4th in there, inscribed in there, it should already be working. No, it says July 4th, 1776. I'm just using a simple piece of, all right, we're gonna have to stimulate the processes because I'm not seeing anything. Please travel to 1886, my lord. What happened in 1886? Is that when I don't know anything that happened in 1886. Did the British do something? Magna Carta? All right, let's see. I think I saw an atom get triggered. What was that? To the quantum realm. Oh, jeez. All right, keep an eye out. See, that guy's keeping an eye out. That's what I need everyone to do at this point. All right, let's go ahead and add our most successful quasi-material. See if we can't get a hyperstimulation. How are we gonna know? I don't know. This is the early time machine days, so I don't know how we're gonna know. But we've got a time machine station, 3 time machine labs, time machine space, and a time machine studio so we should get something. There was a small flash of quasi-light arrays from the north of the, thank you. Okay, I didn't see that. When will this be released to buy? Don't worry about that right now. We're in testing mode. You saw it too? Bro saw it as well? All right, July 4th, 1776. The acrylic series is a more powerful version of the time machine, so I'm expecting some data. Sometimes, it's not until you analyze it and publish it, but it is getting published. Live counts as publication. So this should be fully engaging all of the time engines. So we should be making, thank you for the 1 rose, Kenny. we should be getting some data. I'm actually surprised that we haven't seen something a little bit more dramatic. A couple of people saw some light rays, which that almost makes sense. Bombs bursting in air, as it were. I need to stimulate. I'm going to go for what I call hyper artifact stimuli. When we add multiple stimuli in seeming randomness, hoping to boost the artifact generation. Let's see. All right. Anyone seeing any correlations to July 4th, 1776? Let me know. What do the pros do? Like I said, hyper artifactation. I just made that term up right now, but it just means stimulating it with a bunch of artifacts in the hopes that we will arrive on serendipitously. You want to see Washington? Okay, that intent is actually good. That intent is good. I just let me throw 2 more pieces of leather in there. See if we can. Intent will boost the test. Thank you for the heart me. All right, according to my calculations, 134 raised to 15 times 79 minus x squared. Good job. The intent only boosts the success of the test, ladies and gentlemen. Can we use more complex data sheets for the frequency table, if it'll help? I'm going to, so I've been doing some tests on this material. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but I'm thinking from some of my core tests, I've discovered that it has I see the light rays flashing. Okay, I've seen. I want an artifact. That's good though. We're getting bosonic activity. We just need some fermionic activity. A little bit more stimulation there. So I'm thinking that it's from a plastic bag. I didn't want to identify it myself, but yes, this is from a plastic bag. Though I've been standardizing my research around it as an anti-grav material, which actually, if you think about petroleum, that makes a lot of sense, because gasoline and the like. All right, I think we're on the edge of a boost. We're on the freaking edge of a boost. I can tell. That should have done it. That last energy infusion. Thank you so much for the heart maze. That last energy infusion should have been nearly enough, though. Let's not allow our encoding to fall back. Someone get on Google. Google pearls. Maybe there's something with pearls in July 4th, 1776. Let's see. We should be at least in this quantity area and to some degree arriving on July 4th. This is basically a quasi July 4th, 1776. We technically are there. Now, the data is not perfectly organized. And so that's why I need some boost energy infusion. The anti-grav should have done it. You know what? I have more anti-grav material. As you can see here, I'm just going to add it all in there. Supplied to me by the Kroger Corporation. Okay. This is actually the first time I've really gone for volumization. Analyze that data. We need lab projects and tuition doing. Is that Tom pearls inside or quasi pearls? Probably quasi pearls. This is ball knowledge. Bro's just putting whatever he sees. Yeah, I told you guys, hyper artifactation. You just throw things in there in order to stimulate the artifact generation. Future versions of the time machine will literally be on the internet and they'll create artifacts themselves. But this version is meant to be mostly activity and imagination based. So it has to be manually stimulated. All right, you guys, let me know something red, white, and blue. You saw something red, white, and blue? Or what happened? I have something blue. I have something red. That right there is a minor. That right there. We're already getting more July 4th-y. Thank you for the rose. Your first ever rose. We don't have anything white though. Well, the background, this is white. Try using brown Tom Pro. I don't have anything. They wore in 1776. What war? Somebody Googles pearls in 1776. There must be some correlation. I am actually losing a little bit of sanity in this moment. Daniel, wow, just because this is so exciting. I think I'll have to stop it there. I just wanted to do a quick let them cook first gift declaration day. Okay, or I just don't get it. That right there is the time machine, brother. I'm from year 2565. Heck yeah. Okay, so we're getting some time travel activation here. Thank you so much, Logan, for the roses. This is extremely exciting. It's revolutionary, although, this is what makes me so ambitious as a scientist. I'm not happy until I see something concrete. I want us to have a breakthrough of some type and really break through to July 4th, 1776. Why do I care? It's a good question. I don't know what's wrong with me, to be honest, but I get extremely passionate when I'm on the edge of a breakthrough. Right now, I'm scanning around to see if we can miss anything, because technically, July 4th, 1776 should be pressing in. We've created the entropy vacuum. We've encoded the time machine. We have the right date. So I'm expecting. Stop it. Okay. It was a good attempt, you guys. We tried. Sometimes though, we'll see something throughout the day. So I'll check back in. These time machines are extremely weak, to be honest with you. So there could have been multiple atoms. I mean, the atoms are already the same because there weren't different atoms in 1776. So I'm sure some of the atoms are pressing in. We're just not getting some of the larger artifacts. Sometimes you just got to write that down and say, hey, we're failing to recognize external power in the quasi-physics. We're only focusing on internal artifacts. That is true. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm hyper-focused, and that's what time machines are good for. You know what? One thing I haven't tried is rotation. It's like with skateboarding. See, flips. When the skateboard flips, what's truly happening? We need to see what happens with the rotation. And this is only one axis of rotation. So if anyone sees any artifact correlation, let me know. Wow. Okay. Right there in the central hub, you saw something? What'd you see, Sean? Sean, baby. All right, now let's rotate upon another axis. I think that might be an artifact. Somebody screenshot that. All right, we're getting internal movements. All right. Ooh, okay. So we did this axis, and we did this axis, okay. I rotated it this way, rotated it that way, okay. That's interesting. Am I getting a brain fart right now? Shouldn't there be 3 axes of rotation? That's a rotation. So, I can turn side to side, can turn up and down. What's my brain fart right now? I'm missing an axis of rotation. Professor, what about the z-axis of rotation? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So I did x and y. What would z-axis of rotation be? That's just a hard flip. Back and forth. I'm missing a dimension. Yeah. I feel like I am missing a dimension. This is. I'm not qualified for this. You're here. You're here. We need every every hoverhead on deck. I think there might be something worth investigating here at the top. Bro was talking about the external. Let's see. Freaking piece and artifact. Interesting. Rotate it diagonally. What does that mean, like this? Let's see. Let's use the board for example. You can rotate the board like this. Oh, I didn't go like this. Okay. So now we have one more rotation to do. I did it like this and like this. I didn't do it like this. Okay. I don't know why my brain couldn't freaking. So let's check this form of rotation. This is actually, oh, we have detachment of the top layer. All right. July 4th, 1776. Straight BS. Unfortunately, I mean, there's been great data from it, but I have to say that we didn't get any dramatic artifact generation. Maybe in about 10 years. Maybe in about 10 years, the time machine will finally be able to reach that level. Though, I think part of it is that, oh, what did Hover say? I didn't even know you were in here, Hover. Oh, yeah. Part of it is I'm not using any decay-prone materials. So decay is the primary temporal transformation mechanism. So if nothing can decay, then it doesn't really have a chance to settle at the lowest state of energy for July 4th, 1776. So it's still, while it's there, if anything, we've probably sent materials back to July 4th, 1776. So we might have to go to the history books and see what we changed. I think we might have changed something on that date rather than allowing something from that date to change now, especially because, yeah, we're not using any decay materials. So we've probably just sent pearls back in time. So someone check, Google cross search and see if there's any mention of pearls on July 4th, 1776. I'm gonna check myself. Very likely we've altered the timeline and sent pearls back in time. Or at least increased. It's not so much that we sent it back in time, that's a way of explaining it, but what's actually happening is we increased the likelihood of when it did occur for there to be pearls, and they didn't even understand why at the time, but we just completed the loop. So the pearls always happened, and the reasoning is because of this. There was? I'm actually gonna go Google it right now. I don't really. Pearls flew out of the sky and hit George Washington. Oh my gosh. What was George Washington doing on 1776? Anyway, even just asking that question, that's actually a form of time travel, because I've never asked that question before. Pearls around America in 1776. Martha Washington wore pearls during July 4th. Did she really? Tell the truth. Can someone verify? I mean, I think you guys are just gonna agree with him, but if that's true, then had a pearl wristwatch, that would be crazy. But there's an article about this. I gotta search it out. Hold on. All right, I had to grab my phone. On July 4th, pearls were found as the Declaration was signed. See, July 4th, 1776. Pearls. Natural pearls were highly prized as symbols in colonial America. Wealthy colonists and founding figures. Well, everyone knows that. Oh yeah, Martha Washington often wore layered pearl necklace. Okay, we've done it. We've done it, ladies and gentlemen. The pearls, even in my own tests, were only here because of July 4th, and this test was gonna happen. It's temporal tunneling. Pearls of wisdom. I'm gonna go any deeper. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. See, this is how the 1776 Tom Pearl discovered the white pearl in this cornfield. Are you okay eating deviled eggs? Ooh, deviled eggs sound good. This is BS. Coco, we're doing our best. We're doing our absolute best, Coco. What we don't need is negativity. Is it only me or you guys getting, or two getting chills lately? I mean, come on. We're pushing it. What if you aligned atoms? I mean, that's what we're trying to do a little bit, though temporally. Try and send a hot dog. They didn't have it at the time. That'd be interesting. Try and send a hot dog. You know, but if they didn't have something, that means we already didn't send it, you know, because all of time is here right now. It's just in the current arrangement energized. That's currently being energized. I'm just going to ask AI straight up. My time machine has synced with July 4th, 1776. Main discoveries, pearls. What is the correlation? Boom. This is even a leap forward for the time machine, because every time machine actually needs AI built in order to parse the data and actually complete the warp. So that's something that's gonna have, you might need to sync Bluetooth too. You've been working on this hoverboard for how many years? 6 years. Are we advancing the electrical sparks near the time machine? So let's see what this thing says. Syncing us back to July 4th drops us right into the high stakes friction of the Continental Congress. When you pull pearls out of that specific temporal coordinates data packet, you are looking at the brilliant convergence of high society. No. See, AI also is getting metaphorical. The pressure of the Atlantic trade. Pearls connect directly to the economic friction that triggered 1776. Most high-quality pearls circulating in the colonies came through European trade routes heavily taxed. Okay. Be more specific. Physical pearls. The Continental Congress doesn't know friction. I think they're talking about societal friction or political friction. AI will make mistakes. That's why right now, the tuning that I'm doing is critical to future time machines. This data right here, I have to download this video and upload it to YouTube because right now we've created some of the most potent data on time machines. Whoa, whoa, what is that? If we lock onto strictly pearls existing on Earth on July 4th, 1776, the correlation becomes a literal map of the material reality, geography, and physical technology of that time. Tell me that doesn't look similar to this. I didn't even know this was going to pop up. Tell me you don't see core similarities. Come on. I didn't know that picture was going to pop up. Literal map of reality, geography, and physical technology at that exact second in time. Before culture pearls existed, every single pearl on the planet 7076 was a natural anomaly, the raw result of biological defense mechanism. Here is where those pearls, those physical objects actually were and how they interacted with that historic day. If you hold a physical pearl from 1776, it rarely looks like the physical sphere, uniform, mall jewelry of today because they were entirely wild. The vast majority were Baroque pearls, asymmetrical, uniquely contoured, and heavily textured. They possessed a distinct depth of luster, thickness because they grew inside wild oysters. Okay, whatever. Geographic regions. That's the thing too. I mean, July 4th, the whole, we're talking about a whole universe. I mean, planet, but universe also. Physical placement. Where were these physical objects located while the Declaration was being signed? The gentry's wardrobe. They were woven into the literal fabric of the day. Wealthy colonial women wore them as multi-strand chokers or teardrop earrings. They were physically drilled. Okay. Strung on silk that was highly susceptible to snapping under humidity. The seed pearl craze. A major physical trend in 1776 was seed pearls, microscopic natural pearls, often less than 2 millimeters, painstakingly drilled and mounted onto mother of pearl or bone backings. Very fascinating. We successfully time traveled, ladies and gentlemen. Successfully time traveled. So I've learned now that you need a tuned AI in order to complete the warp of data so you can get true syncage. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. 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 You need carbon-infused vibranium. Viburnum? A direct copy of it's insane. It is insane. The petroleum ad was critical. All right, guys. I gotta go. Thank you so much for joining the live. 10K likes. The government, they should be watching. Gotta get a freaking time machine up in here. I'll see you guys soon. Peace. Thank you so much for joining on the live. Happy July 4th, everybody. I will keep you updated. This was a massive breakthrough. I'll keep you guys updated. Oh, you know what's funny about this as well? I have why this probably worked. I have 4 time machine chips, the time configuration inside of the case of this phone. That's why it was synced to the time machine. I didn't even think about that. Check this out. Because, I was like, I was thinking to myself, maybe the phone shouldn't be involved because it's not part of the time machine. I've attached it. It's synced. There's 4 time machine chips in here. That's why the data came through the phone. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. The implications of this. I mean, oh man. The actual implications of this. Oh, wow. Absolutely out of here. Oh my gosh. I can't even really wrap my mind around the possibilities that we've just discovered. I'm attempting to, but wow. It changes things indeed, MIR. CS Stu, thank you. Dustin, shout out to all the Hoverheads who are here today. You guys, we're witnessing a momentous day in time technology. Jeez, no, that's thank you. What a good. I don't even know. I'm gonna have to ponder. I don't know what upgrades. I'm gonna have to ponder this entirely. I'm gonna be meditating on this for some time. Oh man, wow! Shout out to all the Hoverheads. Thank you guys for it's the Hoverheads also. It's like, would I be pushing this hard if it was just me? Probably not. That's why I take full advantage. I take full advantage of the Hoverheads. Oh my gosh. My gosh. My gosh. All right. July 4th, 1776. Pearls. Wow. I'm tempted to try another. We'll have to attempt another time travel to see, because this is just one test, but we have to see if this is going to be something going forward that works. I mean, how did we all figure out? None of us would have ever known the cultural significance of pearls in July 4th, 1776, if not for this test. Can we just conceive of that? Can we conceive of it? We all time traveled and discovered something. You all know something about that day. We all time traveled to that day and learned something. Women had it sewn into their clothing. And there was only natural pearls back then. They didn't even have white pearls. What's funny is, I actually purchased one of these types of the natural pearl bracelets for my first girlfriend in high school. I have to whisper that because I don't. But this is so there's an added correlation there. But I don't know what that had to do with the Declaration of Independence. Just to see what's gonna happen, I'm gonna throw the hoverboard on there. Just to see. Just want to see if anything else can. That had nothing to do with anything. Oh man. Energy source. No, we just time traveled to July 4th, 1776 and discovered how pearls were deeply involved in the culture of the time. Geographic origins: the Caribbean, Venezuela, huge deposits of oysters, Persian Gulf, Kingdom of Hormuz, local rivers, freshwater mussels. Physical placements. Oh, we already read that. That's crazy. All right, I just didn't want to miss any other. Hormuz? Dassin, you got some on Hormuz? The Strait of Hormuz. Oh my gosh. Hold on. The Strait of freaking Hormuz. Bahrain. Iran. Sorry. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. That is quite a correlation. Not only do pearls have a correlation with July 4th, They also have a correlation with Iran. Okay. I'm just starting to get a temporal web in my mind right now. Something that's, wow. Wow. This is why you need the hoverheads here. The Hormuz thing bounced off of my head. I didn't even penetrate. Whoa. The ancient capital for ultrafine, creamy natural pearls harvested from the scorching waters. Okay, why are they called scorching? There's no scorching water. But anyway, the scorching waters of the Gulf. The scorching waters. Oh, that's interesting. Have you heard of the phantom time hypothesis? I have not. Wow. All right, you guys. Happy July 4th. Happy freaking July 4th. Logan, thank you so much for the corn, the clap, the good job. Dang, thanks for all the different cool things. Use that time machine. We just freaking used it to discover the relevance of pearls in July 4th, 1776, and that there was a connection between that and Iran. And if you know anything about what's going on right now, Iran is super duper big right now. All right, you guys. I got a dip hooski. I gotta go. But, all right, you guys. I got a dip hooski. I gotta go. But, we'll be back. Hoverheads. Join the Hoverheads announcement page on my TikTok, so you don't miss anything, and so I don't miss anything that you have to say. I'll see you guys later.